Hi friends, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. It's a beautiful day today, so I might as well just film the intro here. Yes, nice breeze on a nice warm day. I'm out here enjoying some sun. So how about we get to the quilt room and make 2 fun blocks.
All right, so let's get to block 1. It is 3 colors. So block 1 for this video, we're going to do this right here. We need 1 blue, which is in the middle, 20 of a pink, and I'm out of purple that has a lot of pieces, and I don't feel like cutting more fabric, so we need 20 of a purple, and I'm just going to use a solid. So we're going to start by taking out however many purples that we need that are not being sewn and however many pinks that are not being sewn. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, 2, 3, and 4 purples, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 pinks are not being sewn, 4, and then we're going to take the rest of these over to the machine and make half square triangles. So I'll meet you at the machine. All right, here we are at the machine. We're going to take 1 of each, and I want these to stay 2.5 inches. They're 2.5 inches to start. I want them to stay 2.5 inches, so I'm going to be sewing from corner to corner. So they are right sides together. I'm going to go ahead and sew from tip to tip, just like that. I'm using my seam tape, which is kind of falling apart. It's time to put a new piece on, but that's okay. Right sides together. And you can draw your line and then sew on that line, or you can press a line, wrong sides together. Just give it a smush, just like that. And when you open it up, you can see that it has created a line to sew on. That way you can make sure that you are accurate. I do get a lot of questions from people, how do I keep my machine from sucking the tips down into the machine? Now I use a Juki, which only has 1 single hole at the bottom, and the feed dogs are a little bit closer together. But if you're on a machine that has an oval hole where the needle goes, because your machine stitches more than a straight stitch, I would suggest using a leader and an ender to start. That's my only other suggestion. Or you can take, instead of having like this set of blocks, having 20 and 20 of each, for this, then I would have suggested saying having 10 bigger squares that are 3 inches and then trim your 2.5 from there. That way you can sew on both sides of a drawn line. And it looks like this piece is too short or that is too big. That's 2.5 and that is not 2.5. So let me grab another piece real quick. I never said that all my squares were cut perfectly. When I'm in a hurry or tired when I cut these, they don't always end up straight. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put some music on and fast forward while I sew all my half square triangles and then trim them and press them. My square should still be 2.5 inches. So what I want to do is lay this out. So we're going to start off with a pink in the bottom corner like this, and we're going to create a pinwheel, and then we'll insert what we need in between there. So I create a pinwheel first, and just like that. So there's a pinwheel, as you can see in the top corner. Then the next 2 are a solid and a solid like this. And then we're going to create another pinwheel on this side. So I want pink in the top corner, pink in the bottom corner, just like this, and one more with the pink facing up that way. So it creates a unit that looks like that. Scoot it over just a smidge. I want it to be fully in the camera, not halfway in the camera. And now we're going to take and insert a purple here and a purple there. We're also going to put a pink here and a pink here. And then in the center is where our blue is going to go. And then a pink down here and a purple right there. And we're going to make 2 more pinwheel sets. We have one with the pink facing in and down, down, and up like this. And then the far, we're going to put it down this way. You can see how the pinwheels are actually alternated so that they lay a certain way like this and create a spool in the middle of the block. And it would be best if you could see the whole thing. There it is. So it creates a spool in the middle, creating this odd shape. So you can see, that's how you know you have it correct. So the next thing is to take this over to the machine and sew it. So I'm going to move that over there. We're going to take row 1 and row 2. And we're going to place these right sides together. And my seams are all pressed towards the pink, so they should nest up at my pinwheels right here. We're going to go right sides together. Again, my seams are all towards the pink, so they should nest on my pinwheels. Just like this, and there should be no conflicting seams because all the pinwheels are within a certain area and everything's separated by flat, no-seamed blocks. So we're going to sew down the right side of this, and we're going to leave everything hooked, and then we're going to open it up and start putting row 3, 4, and 5 on. So let's go to the machine and do that. Here we are at the machine. I'm going to take the first 2, I'm going to line them up nicely, and I am going to sew a 1/4 inch seam, just like that. I'm going to grab the next 2 and slide them in right underneath. I'm not going to break thread. Grab the next 2 with a 1/4 inch seam, sew them on through. Next. Next. And then I'm going to break thread. I'm going to bring it back to the top, leaving them hooked together. And I'm going to start pressing them to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, and to the right. Notice I'm holding the block as I do that, so I'm not stretching or pulling anything. All right, so we're going to grab the first one in the 3rd column or row, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stick that right sides together, and I'm going to just start hooking these on. And then I'm going to repeat the process with row 4 and 5. So I'm just going to put the music back on in fast forward while I stitch this together. Okay, so once it is sewn together like this and everything is together and you can't get it out of place, it's time to join the rows together. So everything is finger pressed either to the right or to the left. Now, a lot of people ask me, Tiffany, how do you keep your block finishing at, well, it's unfinished, but how do you get your block to be 10.5 inches when you finish? Well, first of all, sewing, when you have a lot of bulky half square triangles and you're not pressing your seams open, I would highly suggest using a scant 1/4 inch. A scant 1/4 inch is just 1 stitch in. So if a regular 1/4 inch is ruler time, pokey time, a regular 1/4 inch is right here. You see on there? I'm pointing at it, that spot where my finger is. A scant 1/4 inch is sewing 1 thread in or 2 threads, it depends on your machine and how thick your thread is, in towards the inside of the 1/4 inch, not towards the outside. A scant is less than. So 1 hair or thread in from that, as you can see on the ruler. I kind of adjust my stitch length or my stitch width from, 1/4 inch or not, depending on how many half square triangles I'm putting into something. This has not that many, but I'm doing a slight, I'm at a 1/4 inch, but slightly not at a 1/4 inch. So it's a scant 1/4 inch. So that is what I'm using, and everything still lines up correct, because if you use that same seam allowance throughout the whole entire block, then everything should line right up and nest right up. So I'm just nesting these seams as I go, just like this. Everything's lined up beautifully. You can see I'm aiming for this point right here. See where that cross comes right here? This little X. I'm aiming before that stitch, not away from it, not on it. I'm aiming before it on this side of it, on my sewing side. So when I bring this up and show you right now, you can see I'm a hair inside of that meeting point right there. So that is my scant 1/4 inch. That way when I open this up and press it back, I will still have a full nice pinwheel and it won't be as bulky. So just thought I'd share that little tidbit with you. Every once in a while I have to share with these videos. But all right, so those two are open. Let's put this on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and be done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish sewing these through. And there is the block. It looks fabulous. You can see it is there and right there, 10.5 inches, just like we want it. Let's look at our diagram. There's our 3-color diagram. It looks better than the diagram because obviously the colors that I had with my pencils to draw this weren't always that great. It looks better than the diagram. I like it. Let's get on to block number 2 for today's video. All right, so for block number 2, we've already done a blue jay. Let's do a cardinal. So 6 colors is what we need. We need 1 white. We need 3 brown for his perch and his beak. We need 14 green for the background. I'm using a dark green because I don't even remember what I used on the blue jay at this point. We need 9 purple. We need 7 red for the darker red, and then the lighter red or pink you want to relate that to. I'm just going to use this, and I need 4 of them. So let's make this block. It's just a little bit confusing at first, but I'll try to make it as easy as I can for you. All right, here on our photo, we're going to start with the green and purple. We're going to grab green and purple, 4 of them, 2, 3, 4, and 4 of these, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that is going to be for that pinwheel. Then we have purple and green here, so we're going to grab 2 green and 2 purple, 2, okay, and those are going to get set aside also. Then I have a green and red here, so we're going to grab a green and a red. Then I have another green and red combo right here, red, just like that. Then we have another green and red combo here, so 1 more. Then we have a red and purple combo, so 1 red, 1 purple, that. Then I have a purple and a brown combo, so 1 purple, 1 brown. I have a purple and a pink combo. This is my pink, so I have 1 of those and 1 of those. Then let's see, we're still going. We have, that's it for those. We have 2 left of these, 2, 3 left of these. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 is missing. Oh yeah, for here, I think. No, that's not it. Something else. Let's see. I could have overcounted too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something I didn't pair up with the green yet. Probably the half of this. That's what it is. It's the half of this that's going to go with the leftover of a cut of the brown. So that's just going to stay there for now. Then we have 1 whole red, one for this half, and for the white and red combo, which are cutoffs from red. And then another one for there. So that's the half cutoffs. And that's it, right? Yep. All right. So let's take this over and sew some half square triangles first. And then we'll use the cutoffs from the half square triangles to make all the quarter square triangle pieces. Here we are at the machine. We're just going to start right sides together, sewing corner to corner. Again, you can press or iron your line or draw your line, however works for you. I want these to stay 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to grab from over there and I'm going to make my combos just like this. And I'm going to put this in fast forward with some music on while I complete all these half square triangles. So here's going to be the part where it gets a little confusing. I'm going to move all those pieces out of the way. What I'm going to do is I am going to trim these away on the back. I'm going to trim away the 1/4 inch seam, but instead of a 1/4 inch seam, I'm going to do less than a 1/4 inch seam. So I'm going to line my ruler up. Here's the 1/4 inch line. Let me put it on it so that you can see. I'm going to put it before it, in between the 1/8 inch and the 1/4 inch, because I need as much of these cutoffs as possible to build that next part. So I still have a nice good seam allowance. Nothing's going to fall apart. I just need more of my cut on the opposite side. So I'm just going to do that with all of them because I'm not really paying attention to the combos that I need just yet. Just going to go ahead and do it with all of them, and I'm going to put this in fast forward while I do that. Okay, now that all those are done, let's make our 1/4 square triangle units. We need to make a red and a red and white combo. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to cut this in half, my white, directly in half. I only need 1/2 of it. Okay, then I'm going to match this white up with a leftover red. They're going to be a little bit bigger. That's okay. Then the other one, I need a whole red. And what I'm going to do is measure over a 1/4 inch away from the edge. So here's my 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch like this. And it seems like an odd cut, but that's just going to go over there. Now I have this half that's going to go there. And those notches are going to know where I need to start and stop my sewing. So there's one. The next combo is a red with a pink and green combo. So here is a pink. Here is a green. These two are going to go together like this. So it's going to be pink here, green there. And I need another red for that one. So again, I'm going to cut corner to corner. I'm going to line my 1/4 inch line up on that. If you want to make it even more accurate, line it up from corner to corner on a line on your mat and then measure a 1/4 inch away, just like this. And then make your cut. That's just going to go in my scrap. I need this because my lines, I need those corner notches to line things up. So there's two. We have one more combo to make, and that is going to be a green and brown combo. So I need a brown right here, just like this. Then I need a green cutoff. Oops, let's get that from there. Need a green cutoff for here. And then I need one of the greens, and I'm going to do that same exact thing. I'm just going to cut away a 1/4 inch from the corner to corner. So line it up on your cutting mat or not. Just go like this, pull that small piece away, and there's that one. So let's take these over to the machine and make these units. Here we are at the machine. I brought the units over with me. I'm going to start with this red and white. Now the white is in half, no big deal. We're just going to line this up, and I am going to align the bottom square of this, the bottom square, because you can see it is oversized, okay? That is perfectly fine because these are just going to get trimmed anyway. I'm going to go ahead and stick that corner underneath like this and sew a 1/4 inch down, break thread. Then I'm going to finger press this towards the red so that it's not showing behind the white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy and put my tip of it, the corner right here, on the seam. So here's the seam for the two combining. I'm going to lay that on top of it like this, adjust it to where this bottom is lined up. You can see it's oversized, just like that. I'm going to turn it, and my 1/4 inch seam should land from this corner to that corner. Just like that, so that when I open this up and press it to the red, I will have a unit that looks like this. I will press this regularly, and then we're going to trim it down to 2.5 inches because you can see it is a little bit bigger than it needs to be. That is why I use the cutoffs for this. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to grab set number 2. I'm going to go ahead and put these two together first. So I'm going to go right sides together. I'm going to slide that square corner up first. I'm going to press this towards, well, it doesn't really matter what side it goes towards. We're going to add the same piece. So we're going to go over here. These are the cutoffs, so it's going to land a little bit closer than that last one, as you can see. So the corner is in the corner. Just going to lay it on here. This will be slightly oversized. It won't need much trimmed off of it, but we're going to open it up, and we should have a unit that looks like this. Okay. Now we're going to take our final unit. We're going to, again, right sides together on these two small pieces. These are the cutoffs. You can see they're not exactly the same size. Put them in. I'm going to press towards the brown. Then I'm going to grab this other piece. We're going to put this on here just like this. And we're going to line up that corner right here with the corner of this line right there. So we're going to line that up. Everything looks good. It's all lined up. Sew it through and finger press it back. I'm going to go ahead and take all 3 of these to the iron, and I'll meet you to lay this quilt. Well, trim the pieces, then lay it out. So we need these to be 2.5 inches. They're going to be super close and may even be slightly wonky. Ever so slightly. And 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Everything lines up. It's the perfect size. There's one 2.5 inch block. We're going to go ahead and cut this guy. Again, the red is a little oversized. So I'm going to line it up. My corners are touching those corners, just like this. Cut those 2 sides. Now I have a nice corner to work with. Line up my 2.5 there and there, just like that. Cut this side and the top. There's block number 2. It's 2.5 inches. And last but not least, this one is very close. Just gonna go like that, turn it around, and just for perfectness sake, we're gonna cut that dog ear off. All right, so that's all done. All right, let's throw that over there. Clean up my mess. Hoping I didn't forget anything, but we'll see right now. Let's lay this block out. So here's all of our pieces. Everything's going to get slid down here to the end for now. We're going to take a purple and green combo, and we're going to make a pinwheel real quick up here. Purple and green, and another purple and green right there. So there's that. They're all pressed towards the purple so that the pinwheel can lay nicely. Now we have a solid green right here. We're going to lay that there. Then we have a red and a green, red facing down towards the left. Then we're going to do another solid green right there. Then we're going to take this row is mostly complete. We need a red and green combo, and that is going to face in like this. Then we need our white and red combo with the white facing outwards that way. And then we need our brown and green combo with the brown facing out in towards the white. Now we're going to go to the next row. We're going to put a solid green there. We're going to put this other combo. Red facing up like this, creating the outside of the wing. This is our pink, the lighter parts of our bird. The next one is a solid red. Then the next one is a solid pink, which I'm supplementing with that color. And then a green, just like this. I may have to move you right there. Then the next row is a red and green right here. So we want the red facing inward. Then we have two of our pink or our light red of some sorts, like that. Then we have a purple and pink combo, like this. And you know, this could actually all face this way, like this, because my stripes that were in this all went that way. So if you guys want to be super particular about it, you can make everything face the correct direction. Then we have a purple and green for the end right here. Purple and green for this bottom corner. Purple and brown here, creating the top part of his little perch or nest or whatever you want to call it. Then we have two browns right here. And then my red and purple combo. I want the red facing up to the left. And there we have a cardinal. So now we just need to piece this together. So let's go ahead and grab row 1 and row 2 like this. And we're going to put those right sides together and sew down the right side. Everything should nest up nicely because I pressed them all towards the purple. And then everything else I pressed away from the green. So everything, there shouldn't be any more conflicting seams. So because they're all pressed nice for the pinwheel, everything else should nest up nicely. So we're going to take and sew down the right side, open those up, add third, fourth, and fifth column. But for this part, I'm going to go ahead and just start adding music while I put this in fast forward and sew it together, and I'll meet you right back here with how it looks being done. Our cardinal, who is 10.5 and 10.5 inches, just the way I want them. There's the photo. I actually like it on the dark green background because it's like he's out at night almost. And yes, this is a dark green. The camera is kind of picking it up really dark, but it's green. There's about the real color right there. But down here, it's picking it up really dark. So there we have it. Isn't it adorable? I think so. So there's the cardinal. He's hanging out, and he really wants to meet his blue jay friend. So give me a second. I really don't ever do this with past blocks, but blue jay, meet cardinal. Cardinal, meet blue jay. Adorable, right? Oh, I just love it. So he's out during the day, and he's out during the night. I don't know if they're girl or boy, but whatever. They look adorable. Anyways, let's get back to the actual blocks for this video. Okay, so here's the 2 blocks that we made in today's video. All right, if you want to screenshot those, you can, or you can join the Facebook group, and there will be a diagram on how these go together. They're usually in PDF form, but I think there's also picture form now, as well as when I post pictures. But one of the group members has been using EQ8 to turn all of these into PDF or digital download versions. So here is the drawing in case you don't use Facebook and you want a screenshot. Here is that one. Those are those 3-color and 6-color blocks. So if you want to take a screenshot, go ahead, or you can just screenshot the blocks. That's why I leave them on the screen for a few seconds. So there we have it. I think they look better than their photos. I really love how my cardinal came out. It definitely looked really cool adding this red and white because it kind of brought out the red and white up here. So he's a spotted cardinal. Like, he's very rare. He doesn't exist anywhere else but in my room here. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe right here and maybe check out these videos on the screen at this moment. I will see you in my next video. Bye.